not mine to be working in. You know, they lie to you, man. They make you think that you can rise up the ranks and be a part of this. The reality is, you can go so far, but you can't be in charge. I did something that I haven't done in 14 years. As every night. Hung out with my buddies from Oklahoma. Watched a movie and then go walking. Talked into the early morning. Didn't go work out. One day where I didn't do anything other than hang out with old friends. Sometimes that gets lost, man. I mean, I know I'm supposed to know that stuff. I read it 1,000 times, but when it actually happens to you, you just blindsided. You get so caught up in this stupid life, you forget to enjoy it at times. Doing that. I'll take a random day, and instead of taking a week off or workout, I'll just take a day and say I'm not feeling it. But then again, I'm worried about the slippery slope. That was one day, it was 2 days. I'm 260 pounds, I'm 42 inch pants. I'm messing that I let myself get like that again. Maybe not. Like I was telling Berto yesterday, I guess there's a reason they call it fat and happy. And I forgot that I was fat and happy. It just started having some health issues. You go to your doctor, they take blood pressure, run all the labs and everything. Oh my God, you're perfectly healthy. And I'm miserable. And I've been doing this so long now that I got a weird problem that happens, and that is if I don't work out, I feel worse. I think some of that has to do with the fact that your body releases all those wonderful chemicals because your brain's a drug dealer. So you kind of go into a withdrawal. I didn't get my endorphins, I didn't get my tryptophan, I didn't get my serotonin, oxycontin, and everything else. Dopamine. On top of that, all my joints are like, hey, you didn't work out yesterday, so we're going to let you do muscles. Like, hey, you didn't work out or anything yesterday, so we're going to tighten up on you. Ink a little bit. 2 weeks, I hope to take a workout break. 11 on Monday. Do 12 on next Monday. 13 the week before the week of Thanksgiving, actually. And after that, I'm taking a break. Enjoy the rest of the year. They came to visit me. I'm not going to Oklahoma. Never going back to Oklahoma if I can help it. Like I said, I don't know what it is about the state, but something about that state just presses down on my soul. It's wonderfully peaceful and calm and quiet and not crowded. But there's this weird miasma that just kind of hangs over the state. I don't believe in psychic energy and all that other bullshit, but at the same time, I can't help but think something just doesn't make me feel right about the place. Mississippi was like that too. This weird, depressing miasma. Beautiful, beautiful nature and scenery. Just some kind of crush, something that just crushes you. Probably go back to Louisiana at least once. I miss the smell. And oh God, I miss the food. I know a lot of people talk about that, but Louisiana's not my home, it's my parents' home, but I eat so good. I think it has something to do with the atmosphere out there. It just makes food taste better. The humidity, the mold, the mildew, magnolias, the other smells and whatever else they got going on over there. The air adds another hidden spice to your food. Maybe it's the freshness. Want a muffalata? Definitely want a muffalata. If I go to Louisiana and I don't gain weight, I need to do something right. Them people eat, man. Let me rephrase that. Living in the past, those people ate. I don't know what the post-Katrina crowd is like. I got the feeling that anybody that was of any interest in that state, or in that city of New Orleans, came here, stayed here. Dallas is a weird place. Let me rephrase that. Austin is the weird place. Dallas is the crazy place. I know I titled it the thing to Boring Dallas, but I'm making a joke. People said, Dallas is boring. I was like, it has to be. It's full of crazy people. The last thing you want is crazy people to be excited. Police officers in Dallas appreciate it when it's boring here. You can talk bad about them, but sometimes what they are smart enough to realize is they keep this place boring. They don't have to work that hard. Dallas ever got to be an exciting city, the entire country might burn. forgot to stretch my toes. That's alright, they haven't hurt me ever since I started stretching them. And building kitty shelters. This is getting to be that time of year, and I had a genius idea. I was going to buy an extra large, the super large bin, the thing where 3 people could sit down on top of it. Cut a couple of holes in it, put some foam in there. And I said, oh, we can use that to feed them. We can put bowls in there, they can eat out of them. And the old man just, he does what he does. I don't care anymore. Just know when it gets wet out there. When it gets wet out there, when those dogs start giving them a hard time, seems like a good idea. I gotta move those shelters to the backyard. Well, this isn't as bad as the last time I was out here. I don't feel bad about missing the 6 miles I was going to do yesterday. I couldn't even figure out what course I was going to do. I was just like, I don't know, we'll figure something. We'll just work it out randomly. Walk a path. I don't care about missing the deadlift and the power clean and the hang cleans. Back extension machine. So hang clean, power clean, hang clean, deadlift, back extension, hip extension, leg raises, and I'm out. Going there tonight and do the barbells, dumbbells. I always get those confused. Dumbbells. Dumbbell chest exercises. Well, it takes like an hour and a half. I thought this new light was going to be heavy, and it's actually lighter. It's bulkier but lighter than what I had before. It's got a better battery system too. Brighter? I don't think so. I think it's about the same brightness. Not really digging the button on the side either. Bottom line is they made improvements. The hinge doesn't have as much pressure on it as it did before. This isn't meant to be an exercise light. I don't think it was designed to be a dive light or underwater snorkeling. I appropriated it for a nightlight. If I could, I'd wear the light on my head and I'd wear a chest cam. And I'm going to be wearing a headlight. I'll be wearing the one I just bought. That damn thing. Woo! When I wear it, I feel like one of the tripods from War of the Worlds. That thing is bright. You switch it, it's got like 5 different modes on it. Like I said, the only thing that would make it more menacing is if I had it came with a built-in horn. can't see me, you damn sure you're gonna hear me. Wonk. Oh wait a minute, it's been 4 weeks and these guys still. And I know they didn't, well, maybe they didn't run out of money. Maybe it's the weather. No, there's no excuses. Unless the guy decided to save money and do it himself. I mean, we didn't miss a beat. We hadn't talked to each other in 14 years. And it's like old times. Has it been 14 years? Yeah, because they asked me all these questions like, it's like, there's not that many people staying here. I was like, oh, everybody moved out. My sister was staying with us. That was a mess. I thought about that, and I was like, it really was 2004, 2005. That was the last time I talked to Berto then. 2013 years, so. James went back home when he got attacked by those ruffians at the bus stop. He was coming home with his, I think, game system and listening to some music. That was when all the, like I said, they had good people that rolled in from Katrina, but they also had a lot of trash that they rolled in here. They robbed him and took his stuff. He said, you know, that was a sign. He said, I need to go back to Oklahoma. So he went back, finished his degrees. Left the city, got a job with the state. He looked pretty good. Hell, he's damn near 5 years older than me. 6. So I think, yeah, that had changed. We all got older. I don't know if it's the prostate or the family history of diabetes or what, but I forgot how much those fellas ate too. God, it was just like they had a pizza and like 3 or 4 buckets of popcorn. I don't know what they were drinking with it. Usually having Diet Dr. Pepper, that's what Berto had. Berto got bigger, but he still looked happy. Especially when like I said, he was beaming when I got there. And he just went right back to, it was like he was bottling up something for 14 years, and it was just started rattling off all the pop culture stuff we used to talk about, the geek culture stuff. We try not to get too political about things because we all work. I'm tired, man. After Barack Obama and Donald Trump, I realized one thing. This country just can't handle it. The white guy's not in charge. And that's just the way it's going to be. Years of civil rights movements and riots, legislation, and that's just 200 years. That's just something that this country just does not want. It really doesn't want to change. Yeah, somebody non-white could be at all the choke points. That's alright with me because I never want to be in charge of anything. I just wanted to come up with a halfway decent idea and have someone implement it. Or me be the one who implements it. But with that line, the world's not kind of those who try to change it. That's damn right, that's true. Even if the change is for the better. You can get to be so smart you'd wonder if the world is even worth it. There are a lot of smart guys eating popcorn, watching movies, and playing video games. And that's all they're ever going to do. They tried. They didn't try just once, they tried multiple times. After getting slapped down about 5 or 6 times, umpteenth times, nth times. I don't blame them. I really don't. There are guys that can put mankind on Mars in a year. But they're not going to. They're not going to because y'all ain't worth the trouble. Y'all, I ain't including myself in that bunch. So I'll be out here running around, preparing for days that never come, keeping my mind sharp. A task that'll never be completed. And keep hoping for people that are utterly hopeless. None of us got married. We lost there. I think we're leaving assholes. Sometimes I come out here and I wonder if I came out too late. Is everything going to be locked up? Am I going to be the only one here? I do this and I'm in autopilot. Their season should be over by now. Wonder how they do it. It's a website I go to and they tell me every once in a while you click on something that they got little highlights here and there. But sadly, the site looks like it was put together using the very first version of SharePoint. Someone kind of maintains it. Feels like one of those Eleanor Rigby situations where, like I said, a preacher does all this stuff for an audience that doesn't exist. So when I look at this DJ stat sheets, that's what it feels like, just depressing. You look at it and it's just like, A couple of highlights here and there. A really shoddy looking team. A woeful record. But then again, they're the professional sports teams that have the latest version of SharePoint and everything, or they don't even SharePoint, they have their latest media relations and SEO optimization things. And I guess I said optimization. But they had the latest SEO stuff on it. And it's still depressing to watch those. The Mavericks suck. I don't keep up with the Cowboys anymore, but I hear they suck. The Rangers suck. Stars, God help them, they're good. They're a plucky team, but they suck too. The Mavericks suck, but I don't blame it on Mark Cuban. I understand it's a business. In the case of Mark Cuban, he's just not really making a lot of money off the Mavericks. This isn't really basketball country. Cowboys have that idiot Jerry Jones, so they won't be good for these guys. And the NFL is a woeful, it's an awful organization anyway. Bunch of old white money and ultra capitalists, more concerned with putting butts in seats than making successful teams. So now you get to watch mediocre, politically charged football and be overcharged for it. The Rangers will suck as long as John Daniels is in there. The Stars suffer from the same problem that the Mavericks suffer from. A hockey team in a non-hockey town. I have a feeling that Dallas is going to lose the Stars someday, and we won't even notice. So I just watched college football. I had to find something else to fill the time. I'd love to start watching cricket, but that's a whole other issue of stupidity in sports. Still watch the Mavericks. I'm recording the game right now, but all that matters is the fourth quarter, because Dallas doesn't have a defense. Dennis Smith Jr. is exciting to watch. He still hadn't figured it out yet. Dwight Powell finally figured it out. I'm just worried that one day out here he's on the trading block. That's one thing that the Mavericks do that annoys me. Carlisle will still be there. I can't help but wonder if his style of basketball died a long time ago. So what's bringing Carlisle? Because he's a veterans coach. That's just a nice way of saying he don't know how to develop young talent. Like anybody can come in there and make it work when someone's already been coached and they got all the pieces there. I never understand that about Dallas. They'll hire a head coach that's got some of the pieces, not all of them. Jason Garrett, he was an offensive coordinator. Had no beans about defense. Really doesn't know beans about anything. Why the Cowboys didn't do so well this year. He'll probably be gone. I kind of wonder if the Cowboys would ever hire a black head coach. But I doubt it because Jerry's a good old boy. Like I said, he definitely couldn't wrap his mind around the idea that someone non-white would be in charge. But he's got another blind spot too. He can't set up when anyone else is in charge either, white or not white. I can safely say that and take that to Vegas. Barry Jones will never hire a black head coach. I don't think he knows any. Guess they didn't win, whoever they are. We didn't get to do it often, but when we won games, the bus driver would take us down there to Killian, and we'd yell out the window at the top of our lungs. Football at TJ was a weird deal. You start the year with almost 2 busloads full of guys. You finish the year with barely a busload. Injuries, no pass, no play. And then guys getting disillusioned with the coach after a while. Remember, we had so many guys that would lie about where they lived so they wouldn't have to go to TJ. Like at Cary, we were good. I mean, Coach Mays, he didn't put up with a whole lot of foolishness. The players super respected him because they were halfway scared of him. Some guys, he was the father figure they didn't really have. And I used to hear horror stories. I'll go to TJ. Oh my God, they're losers. They suck. But I knew I was going to TJ. My brother went to TJ. My sister went to TJ. I got here. Back when I was religious, I thought it was the place that God wanted me to be. I stayed for 4 years. At one point I was going to leave and go to the Science and Engineering magnet full time. And then the Science and Engineering magnet did a stupid thing. The whole reason I had quit going to the school was because they had a class that I wanted to take over at the Science and Engineering magnet, and they canceled the class. Like, what's this shit? I turned everything upside down so that I can go to that stupid place. And then the reason I was going to go there dissolved. And then that happened a lot in college too. I'd sign up for a class, got ready to pay for it, and then they just canceled the class. Sometimes we had full enrollment. Everybody was there, just the professor didn't do it for whatever reason. That's what sucks about this country sometimes, man. It's just like, you got a plan, the system doesn't help you with that plan. That's not whining, that's just straight up positive. You know, that is the observation, that is dead on. Has this negative opinion. I don't know when it started in this country. Maybe it's always been there. Anti-intellectualism, where he's a professional student, and you need to graduate and do something with all that knowledge. I don't. Europe, they got professional students, and they got professional students. Not a big deal. The professional student built the atom bomb. The professional student breaks the sound barrier. The professional student came up with radar deflecting technology. Professional student is why everybody watches fucking football on Saturdays and Sundays. The professional student invented a monopoly. The professional student found 300 different uses for peanuts and peanut products. Professional student professional students stopped the Vietnam War. And maybe that's what it is. That right there, like in my generation, in the generation I had to grow up in, we had a bunch of assholes who were still mad about the fact that a lot of dudes would do anything other than go die for a lost cause in Vietnam. And I saw a lot of that in high school, now that I think about it. You talk about a bunch of whiners. The guys who go do something that no one asked them to do. And they feel angry about it. Angry enough that they point the blame at another group of guys who do stuff that no one asked them to do. And my problem with work is that I read too many comic books. I watch TV, and work was supposed to have a purpose. We're supposed to be saving the world. Superman works, and he's Superman. So therefore, work must be something. When the heroes do it, you got to do it. You get in there. That's why Josh Whedon appealed to so many people, because in his stories, the heroes did the work, and there's really no point to it. Buffy could slay all the vampires she wanted, her mom still died. Angel can fight Wolfram and Hart, and they still win. They did that in the Matrix too. Why does Neo fight? What's the point? I didn't know what that was until now. It's absurdism leaks into popular culture. Doesn't really have to have a point. Doesn't have to really be noble or good or bad. It just is. I took an ethics class and they didn't want me to delve into that moral ambiguity, but you can't help but do it. You pay into the social contract because you think you're getting something out of it. And when that fails to materialize or gets harder and harder to come by, you start delving into moral ambiguity. Maybe it doesn't matter if a bunch of folks get shot up. Maybe it doesn't matter if the bad guys win. Elections don't matter. Picking up trash doesn't matter. What I'm doing right now doesn't matter. But I'm still going to be doing it. I don't care if it matters or not. All I care about is when I'm crossing the street, to have enough of a burst to get across quickly without getting hit. So I keep doing this. I'll keep lifting because I keep working. And I'll keep working because maybe, just maybe, that stupid little hope that I hold on to, that I'll have time for the stuff that I buy, will materialize. Maybe it's not even about that anymore. I keep going now because I don't know what else to do. There's no point to this, but it's all I've ever done. So I'm just stuck in a habit, and I have a habit and a pattern, and I just keep doing it. I'll keep working because I don't know what else to do. All that stuff about, like I said earlier, about going until on Mars and all that, it's nice and all for the sci-fi pictures. But I guess once I get there, all it is a bunch of red dirt. Move on to the next one, and the next one, and the next one. It'd be cool to see it though. paddle in a ship that goes faster than, quote unquote, faster than light. There's no point in getting the girl. Nothing magical about sex. Love? It might exist. But I don't know, I look at love and I look at relationships and I think about the same thing about why I keep working. There's no point to it. I just keep doing it because it's like what I've always done. You keep staying with a person because that's what you've always done. So I never saw relationships because I never saw a point to it. I still want sex, but not that bad. Not enough to put up with that. Saw a Jay Naylor cartoon, had me laughing. It's called Offline, and the way he finished it was in a way he never really finishes anything. He finally gave in to absurdism. You know, the character got his internet cut off, and he just liked weird ways of having sex. And the character says, the whole story, the guy has a real flesh and blood woman who's willing to fulfill all of his sexual fantasies while his internet's cut off. Then the internet gets turned back on, and the guy says, he says, "Oh, you want to keep doing this?" I was like, "No, I'll admit sex is kind of fun and all." He says, "But it's just not real. I want to go back to jacking it." And he nailed perfectly an entire generation of guys now. I mean, these guys, man, these cats are out here. Nobody's talking about, hey, I need to get with, you know, like the TV shows. The guys like, I need to lose my virginity. I need to bust my tear. I need to go out there and get my pipes clean. You guys don't talk like that anymore. The guys I talk to is like, yeah, Red Dead Redemption came out. I'm gonna play that. This game came out, I'm gonna play that. This movie came out, I'm gonna watch that. I can tell that faces. They're not guys sitting around talking about girls. Running into the wind with baggy clothes. No speed today. Maybe we can blame Bokeem Woodbine. the big hit came out, and he gave this sage line: straight jacking saves you that mad cream. And that is a philosophy to live by, brother. Straight jacking saves you that mad cream. And the mad cream doesn't have to be money. The mad cream could be the mad cream in your mind. Now they got a bunch of guys that go around like the old guys did back in the Middle Age period, and they say just don't engage in any of it all. Just be like a monk. I don't entirely agree with that. I'm stupid, I need my opiates. I get like that now. It's just like they got comic books out there, American and Japanese, of course. They're better than anything that you could ever experience in real life because it's all in your mind. I watch a lot of porn, so much so that I see the same actors and actresses over and over again. And so I'll see a guy, if the girl's not all that great looking, or he's not, or the chemistry's not there, he's calm, cool, collected, mechanical even, and he just gets to the scene. If he digs the girl, he's just jackhammering away. He's clumsy. He's like a teenager all over again. Sometimes, man, you get to see a scene, and it rarely happens, where everything clicks. He's into her, she's into him, and they're just grinding away. And it's magic, it's rhythm. You're getting to see it all on camera. In the amateur scene, you're going to see a lot of that because it's couples. It's just really shitty film work. I wish there was a way to combine the two. And there usually is with the casting couch things. But fantasy, the girls are drawn perfectly, proportions are just right. Scenarios, there's not being This is 6, right? Seems like every time I come out here, the weather's fucked up. It's never a good day to sprint. I don't know what it is about Wednesdays. Yesterday would have been perfect. But I have to do it like this because of work. I get 3 days off, so that's when I do the most intense workouts. And they have to be structured in such a way. 2 hard runs, 1 long walk, and I can't rearrange them. I'm locked in. That's life, man. But anyway, perception. I have to say that 99% of sex, that's what it's all about, perception. It may be less than that. It may be like 95%. Because I watched one scene of every girl in it. She's not much to look at. She's not much to look at. But her infectious enthusiasm make it worth watching. Riley Reid, Jenna Hayes, Kat, Gage, Marianne. Oh my God, Christina Rose. Christina Rose is the great freak. Christina Rose is why you cry. Christina Rose is why you watch it. Go up there every time you hit that play button. You're gonna get some of that. Unfortunately, every time you hit the play button, you're gonna get Gianna Michaels. Gianna Michaels looks great. She has no enthusiasm. But it's her. It's not the moves, it's her. Plus I have a weakness for redheads. They're my kryptonite. I saw Christina Hendricks in Mad Men. I hate it when it happens. You see the girl, and I swear the camera was doing it. Everything goes in slow motion. And she was walking with that confidence. And she had on this dress that had a wide neckline. Not that it was showing off cleavage or anything, but it was just showing her shoulders. And the way she was walking, like a boss. And she stooped down and she started talking to the secretary, and she was just chewing her out. But she was doing it in a low tone of voice, speaking slowly and confidently, and just belittling her. I can't remember what episode that was. It was like the first two. I don't know if she's natural or I don't care. She looked like one in Mad Men. Creepy white skin. Yes, I know. I'm not supposed to like that kind of stuff, right? The black. I saw alabaster skin in grade school, and I've been hooked ever since. A lot of freckles. God, I love freckles. I love moles. But not like, you know, big hairy nasty moles. I just like moles. I like playing connected dots. That's why I was into Rachel Maddow for a long time. Maybe she doesn't realize it. But they make her wear. Normally she looks like Buddy Holly, but when she does the newscast, they make her look sensible. Sensible to the conservative crowd, anyway. And on her neck are 2 moles that look like vampire bites. And you're just sitting there listening to her talk, but you can't help but get fixated on the 2 strategically placed moles. Something, something, George Bush, something, weapon of mass destruction, 2 moles. Something, something, Republicans only pick white guys, 2 moles. Something, something, my good friend Keith Oberman, 2 moles. They just are. Don Draper's married to the blonde, and all she does is mope. He gets with the brunette with the horse teeth, nothing but fun. I need to talk more. I'm already to 8, right? Plus my heart's just not in it decent today. I said I'm tired. I'm supposed to be taking my break at now, but because of the fucking weather, I had a delay adding miles. Kind of funny, now that I get to the last 2, the wind died. What do you think? Nature's giving me the green light? Go all out? No, the first girl I ever fell in love with was a blonde. She's boring. said, if everything is pointless and meaningless, we get into a bit of fun. We get into a bit of trouble. Have a lot of fun. Maybe that's why country singers seem like the smartest men in the world right about now. I mean the old country singers. Who sang about not having a dime to their name, about all the trouble that their wives give them, who drink a lot, who get into fights. They live life and they can write it in their songs. Not modern country though. Too many fucking love songs. Everybody's trying to go all traditional and shit. Traditional marriage and blah 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 blah. It's like, oh my god, country is boring. Not the country I grew up with. It's the song we used to sing at Boy Scouts, even though now I realize we weren't supposed to be singing it. They tried to clean it up, but you can't clean that fucking song up. Against the wall, redneck mother. Why is she against the wall? The guy who's fucking her has to brace up against something, right? God, that's a dirty song. There are a lot of them. I got friends. I always sing it wrong though, because I don't get the layer. I don't get. So where the whiskey's? I thought it was the whiskey's drunk. Or the whiskey's something and the beer chases. Nobody's singing about pounding down Boilermakers anymore. Actually, I guess that's different. A Boilermaker, you're drinking the beer first, and then the whiskey comes second. Whiskey with the beer chasers. Is it beer? I can't remember. Football is another. Rye liquor. Thinking about it. Like I said, I'm a gin tonic. They even got me hooked. We tried everything, but gin and tonic was what stuck. God, I'll never forget that. supposed to be looking for jobs. His old lady was hitting on him. I just felt like less of a man. Like I said, I've always worked. And yet the happiest period of my life was when I wasn't. We're supposed to be working. We're supposed to be looking for work. And he sat there. He says, "Come on, man, drink with me." I was like, "Well, maybe a couple, maybe one." And we, he and I finished a fifth of wild turkey. Wild turkey. David was my last mentor. I've had a lot of them. Some younger than me, a lot of them older than me, but sometimes not by much. The ones for Miss Brown, well, that's past. Back when I believed. Weird feeling. I keep tithe checks in my wallet. Because I feel like I'm supposed to. I still pray, even though I don't think I'm talking to anyone. It's not even much better anymore. It's like your radio, testing all the frequencies, just to see if someone else will call back. Are you out there? Click. Copy. Are you out there? Click. I go to bed. Feels like such a waste. I could have been getting into so much trouble. I believed in good. It's weird, man. What does a paladin do? He stops being a paladin. I was always in love with monks in Dungeons and Dragons lore, because the monk doesn't carry any weapons. The monk doesn't wear any armor. He's just a total badass who believes in himself so much that he is the weapon. I wanted to be that. I'm a paladin, kinda. The guy who's gonna wear 10 or 50 pounds of armor. The guy who's not gonna strike a foe who's unarmed. The guy who has all these weird rules in place. The Holy Knight. And I don't want to be a knight anymore. I don't see any point to it. I envy the rogue. Isn't it funny that the freest character in the Dungeons and Dragons universe is the thief? The freest person in American society is the criminal and the outcast and the homeless undesirable. Romantic notions of hobos who get to travel the country. They don't easily answer to any authority. You guys have seen me. I can stop by a cop, it's yes sir, no sir. A little mumbling, a little passive-aggressive mumbling under my breath. For the most part, I'm doing whatever the idiot with the gun tells me to do. Someday I won't, because I won't care. Pull out the gun and shoot me. I don't give a fuck anymore. I'm almost at that point, man. Death by cop sounds pretty good. Make the bastard work for it. I don't care about fucking his life the whole time. He can't draw a gun ever again. I don't care about putting that onus on him. You just get like that. You're so selfish. You're like, fuck him. Fuck the entire thing. Just being honest. How do you know it won't be a girl? It might be. I might get shot by a female cop. I'll laugh my ass off all the way to hell. It might help me get through the first few months there. What's so damn funny? I got shot by a female cop. In a way, she's the only woman that I've ever loved. I want to marry the girl that'll end my life. There's something romantic about that. What a difference skipping a 6-mile walk makes. This feels easy. This is why everybody else can bench a ton and run 6-minute miles. They don't work out 6 days a week. Maybe I'll skip Tuesdays. Start playing video games. If I stop working out now and live a hedonistic lifestyle, I can be dead by 60. Unfortunately, it takes a long time to kill yourself that way. Well, it doesn't have to. If I drink every day, I can be dead by 50. I do like Nicolas Cage. Living in Las Vegas. It's a very smart, philosophical film. There was no compromise, no last minute salvation. Nicolas Cage's character was tired, and he went out on his own terms. Somewhere in this country right now, a man is drinking himself to death. And we think that's the saddest thing, that he might be the smartest amongst us. Alright, let's go home and get some soup. I've been eating soup for almost 2 years now. If I eat my mom's cooking, I get up to about 200 pounds. If I don't eat her cooking, I stay here at around 185. If I strictly monitor my diet, because I can't eat fresh fruits and vegetables, and I would keep that stuff in the freezer. Like I said, I live with someone who eats unhealthy. I basically have to leave. Otherwise, every night what I'd be eating, and I said this before, I keep saying it because it's mantra. I'd be buying meat, frozen vegetables, and I'd be eating that all the time. Cauliflower, broccoli, spinach, Brussels sprouts if they're ever on sale, which they never are. I don't understand that. I guess it's because not too many people eat them, but they're really fucking good. Pancakes on Sundays, short stack, plenty of maples. Excuse me. You can't get maple syrup anymore. I can't afford it. One of those casualties. I didn't even think about that until somebody pointed it out. It's like, you know, you can't get real maple syrup. What do you mean? Everything you see is packaged as pancake syrup with maple flavoring. That's what happens when you got too many assholes. You can't eat maple syrup anymore. What you're going to eat is high fructose corn syrup with some coloring, with food coloring, and like I said, maple flavoring. I'm not trying to be depressing, I'm just saying it's depressing. You can't eat chocolate chips because they're expensive. So you eat imitation chocolate-like chips. Made with cocoa butter and artificial cocoa seasoning. Amazon will try to sell you a box of organic, blah blah blah, all these non-GMO whatever bullshit, something foodie hippie shit, hippie chow, $20 a box. Instead, you'll be buying the cheap Quaker stuff that was probably grown in a Franken lab because you don't give a shit. You'll get 25-pound bags. Such a miserable son of a bitch that I want to live long enough to see coffee start to become scarce, and just to see how many people lose their shit when that happens. I don't drink coffee, but just the thought of a bunch of people not being able to have it anymore, I don't know, kind of entertaining. I'm smiling about it. Won't have coffee. We're about to not have chocolate. And I thought I'd missed that. I'm okay with it. I got peanut butter. When I don't have that anymore, yeah, you're right. It's shotgun time. You know what I could start doing? If I knew how to get it easily, I could start taking drugs. I'm pretty sure that if I were to down a fifth of gin and chase it down with some cocaine and heroin, I'm pretty sure I can burn out in about 10 years. How hard we give out? Maybe. How did Chris Farley do it? That's where I need to do my research. Cold breeze double cross. There's a story sitting on that bench. I don't have time for stories. Put the paladin in me. Would have picked up that book in a heartbeat. I feel like a lich. Except the lich wants to keep living. Even at the expense of others. I mean, there are suicidal creatures in D&D. I'm just trying to remember which ones. The guys that explode. They're mimics. I always dug thornberries. Thornberries, man, they just kick ass. I don't know what it is about them. They're just weird. They're weird in a cool way. Some kind of fishtail thing with these cute gold eyes. And it carries a lamp and a knife. And it wears a robe. And I don't know if a thornberry is capable of speech with humans. I don't know what it is about a thornberry. It's just a weird creature. It can take a hell of a lot of punishment, and when it strikes, it's fatal. You see, the turnberry had to earn my respect, and it got it real quick. I was in a cave one time fighting this damn thing. It was a master thornberry. And I'm just pounding on him, pounding on him, pounding on him. Little turkey wouldn't give. And then he whipped out his knife, and I think it's called Fatal Strike or whatever. And he hits you with that, and it doesn't matter what kind of armor you got on. It doesn't matter how badass you think your character is, he's gone down. Your guy's Cloud's sitting there and all of a sudden he's stone dead on the ground. You're like, what the fuck? So then you start pounding faster and harder. You're trying anything in your arsenal to stop old Toneberry. Like I said, Toneberry's tough as nails. He takes out 2 or 3 of your guys with his stupid little strike. And eventually you take him out. And your reward after that battle is a paltry little bucket of experience. Not really much. You don't want to fight Toneberry again. You don't want to see Toneberry again. But when you do again, you will respect it. And I forgot what the strategy is for fighting Toneberry. So I think you slow him down. You slow him down a whole lot. And then you just pound on him with your powerful spells. Toneberry is one of those weird creatures that can take a Knight of the Round Table attack. Toneberries exist in real life. They're that guy that quietly has a lot of power. Quietly very powerful. And if you piss him off, one phone call from him, one strike from him could end whatever life you had. And the reward for fighting this guy is very little. It's a Pyrrhic victory. You'll stop a tough bastard. You'll pay a big ruckus. I think Vladimir Putin could be considered a Toneberry. Vlad Putin is definitely a Toneberry. Nah, he's not gonna die anytime soon. Guys like him want to live as long as they can. He'll be 100 years old, still clutching onto some title, still pulling the strings from somewhere. He won't be able to fuck his 20-year-old flexible wife anymore. For some strange reason, he'll still be seen as a strong man. Russian strongmen die old and on sick beds. I don't think there's ever been a Russian ruler that was dragged out of his royal palace, thrown off a bridge and hung. In Italy, man, anybody can be laid low. It's a weird thing about Italian history. And I guess even going back to some Roman history. The strong man in Italy can die anywhere at any time. That's what makes the Italians so nasty. They don't give a fuck. You cease to impress them, you will be gone. And it won't be pretty. It won't be pretty because it has to be visual. It has to send a message. I ain't talking about the mafia shit. I'm talking about old school fucking Italy. Mussolini got done up so bad, Hitler said that ain't gonna be me. Hitler said, I ain't gonna leave anything for them to desecrate. Somebody's using this gold plate as an ashtray. That's the best they can hope for. But Russian strongmen, they die in their beds, surrounded by people who are scared shitless of them. Of him. Her? Maybe there was one of her. Can't remember. But I definitely can't recall any Russian ruler that was dragged out of his stronghold and dismembered by the people. Wait, I take that back. I don't count Nikolai, because Nikolai wasn't a strong man. He was weak. You're weak, yeah. If you're weak in Russia, you'll get fucking done up. But you're the strong man. You die in a bed, surrounded by people who hate you but fear you. I can't remember how Boris Yeltsin died. Is he dead? I don't know how Gorbachev's gonna die. Probably peaceful in his bed alone. He wasn't weak. He was practical. Chinese don't really do that. Well, I take that back. The weird thing about China is their rulers don't, if their rulers die, it'll be by another country's hand. Eventually they don't really take out their own. They usually piss off somebody, they piss off another country to the point where they have to kind of come in there and Chinese history is a whole bunch of people knocking on the door, dragging their ass out. Excuse me, I'm this foreign guy. I'm your neighbor who you pissed off. It's time you and me step outside and have a conversation. Thing is, only one of us is going to be doing the talking after a while. English history. English history is random. You'll die in bed, you'll die in the battlefield, you'll die by the hand of your own men. Spanish history is just fucking weird, though. You'll die, but you'll die, but we won't let the world know that you died. What's that all about? We'll stuff your remains and put you on top of wars. English history is random. Spanish history is weird. Italian history is brutal. Russian history is predictable. People say, who predicted the collapse of the Soviet Union? Lots of people did. The Soviet Union predicted the collapse of the... They knew they weren't gonna... The only surprise was that it took so long. Chinese history is tragic. No one's ever going to teach a class on Chinese history. I take that back. I'm being facetious, but still. You're going to need a box of Kleenex along with your books, your notes, and your web accounts. Why? When it happens, you'll know. You're gonna be crying your ass off. Because it's some sad history. There's not even anything exciting about it. It's just sad. Just Chinese history. Vietnamese history is confusing. It's about all of Southeast Asia is confusing. African history is kind of sad too, but it has bright spots. If I had to describe African history, it's probably shocking. It's basically like Eastern European history with good weather. There's a strong man. Strong man's probably going to live to be an old age. He's going to die. A lot of brutal shit's going to happen before he dies. I look at African history, man, and sometimes it's like something out of Hellraiser. So much dismemberment. So much rot. It's rough. That's why it makes me laugh when I hear stories of people coming here trying to make it work with the U.S. and then going back. I'm just like, wait a minute, what? I thought nobody goes back. Like, how bad have we gotten? You're going back to Africa? I could do better there. I was like, what? That's nonsense. Is it? I'm gonna keep complaining because I got a foothold and that's all I got. Every time I gain something in this country, it feels like a pyrrhic victory. I'm so tired and beat up, I don't even know why I was trying to achieve it in the first place. Talking about absurdism. America is absurdism. That's why they make every kid in school read The Great Gatsby. You can try to reach for the loftiest of places, but there just seems to be a cold absurdity to it all. A pointless absurdity. Like what I'm doing right now is I'm building a sandcastle. You just saw me build the Bastilles. Carefully carve out the ramparts. My drawbridge is strong. The tide is stronger. Formless wet sand. It may be pointless, but I'm still getting some soup. That's the good kind of pointless, man. Although I wouldn't mind a bowl of chili tonight. I'll talk Mom into making some. She's got the cornbread muffins. I'll let my weight finally get up to 190. And I'll just stop trying. I got down to 169. Didn't really feel all that great. You know, just think about Starship Troopers. What's his name? Rothcheck. So they find the base. They find the commander. The commander knows what's coming. He says, "Why don't you just shoot me now?" And he was about to shoot him, and then Rico stops him. And I'm thinking about now, that was a pointless gesture. I know he was trying to keep this dude from getting in trouble. But he should have let him shoot him. Of course, that's hindsight's 2020. But he should have let him shoot him. The dude got taken out by the bugs anyway. Maybe I'm remembering that wrong, but I remember they lost him, and then they lost that stupid guy that was at the base. He wasn't stupid. He just he was a commander at some place where he shouldn't have been a commander. No, he wasn't even that. He was probably a pretty bold guy, but he got overrun, and he was just hysterical after that. I don't know. Like I said, I need more background on the character. They just made it seem like he was the cowardly lion. Like he was this incompetent diplomatic boob that they put in charge of this outpost. And he didn't know how bad it was going to get. And then when the bugs overran it, left him as a lone survivor, he just... I can't even remember what planet that was on. Was that Clan... The outpost that it... Clan Dathly, was it Clan Dathly? I don't know. Can't remember the names. Bottom line is that it was nuked. It's not there anymore. Well, thanks, man. I don't know what it is about drill instructors, but they make fascinating creatures on the cinematic screen. Arlie Ermey's Hartman, Christopher Walken, and that one was it Bloxy Blues. Lou Gossett Jr.'s character in Officer and a Gentleman, and Clancy Brown at Starship Troopers. Scratch that, you don't rank that high. He said, what's the point of doing all this? We're just going to be in a push-button war. Put your hand on that wall. He did it so coolly, too, man. He grabbed that throwing knife, whipped it up in his hand, and threw it. And hit that guy point blank. Whack! He cannot press the button if you disable his hand. Like, what the hell? It's like, did that just happen? Yep. Broke a dude's arm. And his favorite thing to say after that was, medic!